obviously you come into this with the goal of winning 3 in a row. At what point did you feel like this was attainable during this tournament?
We came down here and thought it was obtainable, but obviously getting in out of your bracket, and you know that you got a shot once you finally get in a playoff situation, and we haven't had that opportunity this year. A lot of letdowns this summer, good group of kids, and we just fell short a lot this summer. So I think finally making that step to get into playoff games when we knew our kids knew it was a reality.
Yeah. Did you sense anything different at any point this week than you did in the summer and maybe even earlier in the fall, just because of the disappointments that they've had in the major tournaments?
Yeah, we talked about that. I sensed that some of the guys that have been around a lot this year, Rizzo, Beer, those type of guys, I think they just got tired of it, and they weren't going to Packard. I can't even. It's almost bad to just drop 3 guys' names.
Yeah, it's a ton of them.
I think the whole team really, as a collective unit, just got tired of it. And if they had individually had anything to do with it, they weren't going to let us have any letdowns.
And Coach Mills, obviously, every time your pitchers go out there, they don't want to give up any runs. But to go 8 games and only give up 1, could you foresee anything like that happening? How can you put that into perspective?
Well, Jeff and I talked a bunch at the beginning, going into the fall, and we were concerned about our team, I think, a little bit just because of the summer and some frustration we had. But some key additions we had on the pitching staff this year allowed us to really feel comfortable and confident. And the guys started pitching better and better. And, we came down here, and I told them probably about 3 weeks ago that I felt we had the best pitching staff from top to bottom in this tournament. And those kids went out there and proved that we did. They were very special every game.
Yeah, obviously this was a staff success, but you mentioned bringing in some new guys and also having some old guys. You don't look further than Matt Manning coming in as a new guy, and then Garrett Stallings today is an older guy who's been in the organization for a long time. Just did you finally feel like you found the right blend of players?
We did. We went a little bit different in some of our pitchers. We went with some guys who could move the ball around and throw some pretty good breaking pitches and throw some change-ups. And, that was a big thing, I think, this summer. We had a lot of power guys and some really good pitchers, and it didn't work out for us. But, this whole tournament and winning 8 games in 3 or 4 days is extremely tough, and it took all 12 of them to do it, and they all did an exceptional job.
And offensively, your guys put up some really good numbers, some incredible numbers. Is it just one of those things where hitting is contagious and a couple of guys get on a roll and everybody feeds off of one another?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of effort put into this club. Joe Rizzo and Seth Beer and Bryant Packard, some of the guys that have been with us all year, they hit all year. And then you bring in Austin Langworthy, who, as far as I'm concerned, was the best hitter at East Coast Pro. Brandon Martirano hit a home run at East Coast Pro. I was very steady there and in the area code games. He played the fall with us, and he's a steady guy. You throw those 2 guys in the mix. Khalil Lee was a huge addition. Jimmy Titus has been steady for us all summer. You just go position by position. I'm probably leaving somebody out. Our Avery Tuck had a great summer. But Grant Bodison, all these guys, they deserve it. And I don't think it was one of those contagious things. I'm going to give credit to these guys that they all are just really that good. And I really don't. I'm gracious and thankful that it happened the way it did. But I really think that these kids are just that good.
And Brandon Martirano won the MVP award. He seemed like a real glue guy, both offensively and defensively. Really added some punch into the lineup and seemed really good behind the plate. What did you think about his performance over the week?
Tough as nails. I mean, Brad Debo, man, he had a great year for us, and had some big hits in this tournament. And he hurt his foot. He was playing hurt today. Came up with some big hits, and he couldn't catch at 100% level because of his heel. So Brandon had to step up, and you didn't hear one complaint out of that kid. Caught 2 games, and I think he got in an ice bath last night for an hour. A lot of sacrifice. The kid got the effort. Proud of him.
Yeah. And Coach Mills, just the numbers from this tournament. What's the most astounding to you when you look at the staff as a whole, what sticks out the most?
Well, I tell you, we really pitched ahead and did a good job of that. Where we got ourselves in some trouble this summer. Only giving up 1 run is amazing in the best tournament in the world. To only give up 1 run through 8 games, especially against some of the teams we played. But it was like we were in control. Every pitcher that took the mound, there was never any doubt they were going to get the job done. There was only 1 or 2 innings that I thought we even were in any remote trouble. There were some nervous innings, but they weren't nervous on the mound. They just pitched outstanding.
And Coach Petty, last question for you. Obviously, you meet Team EvoShield, your younger guys, in the finals, and what does it say about the status of this organization, where it is as a program, and what it is going forward?
It speaks volumes for everyone that's in it. We're very blessed. We've got great coaches and people in this organization. I think that's by design. A lot of team first, organization first type people, and it pays off.